as we saw yesterday with Trump, who was, even though he was 4-3 up to Higgins, he was struggling badly with his game. It all turned on one shot. I'm sure you've all seen it plenty of times. Incredible shot he played. Went on to win the frame, went on to win the next as well with a century.
Well, first mistake from Ronnie O'Sullivan, pushing a red over the corner. And fortunately, he's got the hamper over the yellow. That could have been serious without the hamper. As it is, it's going to be very difficult to get to a colour from there unless he plays cushion first. Just going to drop it in, maybe. And even that is not easy. Good shot.
Judd Trump's 23rd ranking final, looking today for his 14th title. And of course, he's third of the season. And here's a fact for you straight away. No first-time world champion has won 3 ranking events the following season since Stephen Hendry in 1990-91 season. So it's been nearly 30 years. But Trump, as we have seen this season, not struggling with the extra expectations. If anything, relishing life as world champion.
Again, the safety from O'Sullivan. He needs a bit of luck, and he's got it. Pushing the red over that right corner. I can't see the problem of coming off the left side cushion. Just landing up into the reds. He doesn't like it though, but if he plays to hit the red next to the pink and misses it, he's hitting the reds below it. Nothing wrong with that though.
This is Ronnie O'Sullivan's 52nd ranking final. And as we know, he's looking to break the record he currently holds with Stephen Hendry, 36 ranking titles thereon. Hendry said on Twitter he wasn't bothered because he knew one day he would break the record, a bit like with the centuries.
And again, Ronnie pushes the red close to the pocket, but this time there's a lot of danger with this shot. Cue ball could be going into the pack of reds, so he'd have to get it. Didn't fancy the shot, so played the safety. And given O'Sullivan the same problem. If he takes a red on, cue ball's going into that cluster. Or could be. And that was the problem. Didn't avoid the shot though, took it on. But missed it by a distance really. So this is already a good chance, this. I thought he would have left the cue ball close to the cushion and played the black. Being a left-handed player. By playing for the blue, he's got to go all the way around the table. Not on an easy red. He's on one, but not easy.
6.
Yeah, it was never easy, that.
6.
And it's still potable, this red.
Seems like there's a lot more on this match than last year when they played in the final. because a lot's happened since Trump's become the #1 in the world.
And world champion, of course. Yeah, not the best kiss on the red. He couldn't avoid it. And now a little bit of bother because that red going down into the balk end has kind of hindered the safety play. So I don't know, he may take this blue on. Oh, it's got second prize. He's moved the red.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 1.
Delighted with that shot. Very fortunate. Would have been on the red had the blue not moved it.
Somehow the white's finished on the back cushion as well.
Does it matter? Does it matter? What a great shot from Trump.
1.
And I thought he was going to be on the blue, but the cue ball has pulled up a little. So, the brown. Yeah,
Judd
maybe
Trump,
start
1.
this. It's a great red. But the brown, never easy, the colours into the middles from that end of the table.
Yeah, like I say, there's more of an edge this year. You know, is Trump really top dog now, or is O'Sullivan still the man to beat? These are the questions that are swirling around this Waterfront Hall.
I think they'll be swirling round in each other's heads as well, each player's heads, because they don't know.
Yes, of course, Trump went on to beat O'Sullivan and beat him well in the Masters final, but then they had a meeting in the Tour Championship semi-finals. Llandudno, that O'Sullivan memorably won 10-9 on the final black. But we've been waiting for them to play since Trump became world champion. And this is, of course, their first meeting since he triumphed at the Crucible.
O'Sullivan's finished straight on the black, and very difficult to get to the next red from where he is. So he's taking the brown to come right round the table. And this looks pretty good. Oh, well, what a kiss. Nothing is going each player's way at the moment.
5.
Oh, couldn't see him not being on a red the way he played the brown there, but somehow that kiss is on nothing. Didn't play the pot.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 5.
Use the angles of the pocket to get the red safe. Yeah, just a touch. Just a touch. No, he has left a chance at this red. Oh, overcut again. It did that the last time.
You can already tell, and of course it's the final, but you can already tell for both of them this is a very different match to all the others they've played this week. Even the semi-final with Higgins for Trump, this is something else, another level entirely. I'm sure it will settle down though.
No attempt at the pot there. Don't think he was going for the pot. He was playing the cue ball safe. The red up and back down the table. Clever shot. But there is a red next to the pink that may go to the right corner. There's a shot to nothing. Could be on the blue if it goes in. Similar type of shot. Rose Sullivan. Overcut it. And I think Trump can see enough of the red. So tell you, yep, there it is. You can just see enough of the red. You'd have to play it with left-hand side on the cue ball to avoid the black. If you can avoid the black, you'd have choice of colours.
One.
Well, that cue ball just kept running and running and running. Now, if you can see the blue, it's simple. If not, then the black. And he's going to have to work this black. If it's straight, he's going to have to screw the cue ball back slightly.
Well, that's the irony, isn't it? He didn't run far enough in the end. He would have been on the blue. He's finished in a horrible spot, so he's playing the snooker.
Well, that's respect. And it's not straightforward, this. The easiest ball to hit is the red nearest the right corner, but if he gets the speed wrong, it leaves the red below the black spot. So this is all important. Well, for some reason he played to hit that red, which meant now he was always going to be leaving a red on. It's just whether Trump can get the cue ball out for a colour. Oh, at that speed. He played it with some safety in mind, but for the red to go in the pocket at that speed, incredible. We've seen players miss those type of shots just rolling them in. So the first real good chance for Trump.
5. Six.
Now, what happens to the black? If it goes on the blue spot,
13.
so it spots and it still goes.
Until he
14.
played that wonder shot yesterday, his highest break had been 42 in just 7 frames, but went on to make a 67, made 136 in the last frame. He's made 41 centuries this season, so by far the leading break maker of the campaign.
$21. 22.
Giving himself choice of 2 reds, the
29.
way he played the shot.
Well, it was a bit of a stretch Getting the little screw-on extension.
$30.
Been a slightly edgy start. That's not
37.
surprising. It's a huge day for all sorts of reasons for both players. Not least, of course, because they're playing each other. And each knows how good the other is. But this black will be 52 in front with 51 on.
$45.
So Sullivan didn't play the best escape from the snooker. Left a red on, but what a
46.
special shot it was for Trump to pot it. Get that cue ball down the table. And here comes the special stuff. What about that for a positional shot? Just a little bit too hard, I feel.
That was the thing, though, about yesterday.
53.
That shot he played yesterday, it was not at the end of a frame. He needed it. He needed the black. He needed another red colour. So that's why it was so special. And this is what he can do, of course.
54.
And it's good for two reasons for Trump. One, he just relaxes a bit, and two, he gets the crowd on his side as well.
$58.
He's in that line. It starts with Alex Higgins, whom the trophy is named after, Jimmy White in our studio, and of course Ronnie O'Sullivan, who is playing Judd Trump in that line of great entertainers. The scenic route then for the yellow.
Yes, and what a scenic route it was. Incredible
66.
shot again. And the crowd love it. Little switch to right-handed for the double. There we go. And they love it.
68.
Make no mistake.
So a rather barnstorming start in the end. It took a bit of time to get going, but Judd Trump in with a 68. He claims first blood in what promises to be a fascinating final. He leads Ronnie O'Sullivan in Belfast 1-0.
Thank you. Frame 2. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
The Alex Higgins Trophy will be presented this evening to one of these two great players, either Judd Trump or Ronnie O'Sullivan. Trump has won the first frame with a break of 68. They play 8 this afternoon. It's first to 9 tonight.
Well, nothing wrong with that break. He says he doesn't like his break off, but that's pretty good. Always a good break off when your opponent can't go for a red. Forced into playing the containing safety shot, which leaves O'Sullivan in charge of the safety for the moment. He's caught it well. Good speed. I think he can just catch the edge of this red to the left of the black.
Foul.
Well, that's unfortunate,
Judd Trump,
especially if
7.
he's got a good safety as well. Played the red onto the black, but never expected to push the black into the pocket. And has left a possible red to the right corner. I'm not sure what kind of an angle he's got on this long straight red. Well, maybe just enough to get that cue ball back towards the blue.
One.
A great long pot from O'Sullivan. Just caught the angles. Oh, so close.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 1.
And tried to play for a red at the same time. Looking at the possibility of a plant, and it looks on from there. And it would free the pink. But dangerous, the ball's, well, quite a distance. Yep, good shot. And he's on the pink. Took the risk.
Well, it's a chance, but it's also a chance to punish the O'Sullivan error and to show Ronnie O'Sullivan, if you miss, I'm going to take advantage.
Yeah, because it was a difficult
7.
blue. Could have played safe, but O'Sullivan, being the positive player he is, took it on.
8.
Yes, and it might put pressure, perhaps, on O'Sullivan in the match if he is punished for taking those sort of pots on, if he's faced with one in frames to come. But it's all on Trump to actually put a break together.
14.
Yeah, and it's not easy at the moment. You know, he's got to play down the table here, and looks like the brown is the only ball that he could play on.
15.
Well, maybe if he's on the blue, that would really help to get the blue back on its spot. sure if it goes, the blue. But if not, brown, easy enough. Lots of left-hand side on the cue ball to bring it down the table for this red behind the pink.
19.
Black will go into the green pocket. Pink also goes easy enough now.
20.
I think he may have run through a little bit too much. I'm not sure if he played for this
26.
red, but he can play for the pink into the left middle, and he can from there.
27.
A little bit of side on the cue ball to make the pink easier. Well, I think he played for the middle of those those three reds
33.
there. This is very difficult to get to a colour from. Difficult to pot it, not push it. That's all he could do.
34.
Does he take the green on or the pink? The advantage of the pink is he could play to block the pocket if he missed it. That's what he played, but he didn't get the cannon thick enough. Played to cannon those two reds thicker to leave him on the
40.
red to the right corner. So 46 points the lead.
Your trump, 40.
And keeping the pressure on and the good safety. Well, from where he was, that was an excellent return from O'Sullivan.
Yes, I mean, we talk about them as great potters and break builders, which of course they are, and that's why the safety is so important in this match. They're both looking to keep the other out.
Thank you.
O'Sullivan just allowing the referee Colin Humphreys to check the line of the shot.
Yeah, because he's got to swerve it slightly. Look at the cue ball as it comes down the line. It just turned to the left. Got to judge it right. And he hasn't. He's pushed a red to that right corner. Yeah, no idea where the cue ball was going.
1.
But all important to have potted the red, because he'd have left O'Sullivan in. Now, does he put all his eggs in one basket and play the green? Or does he push a colour safe? You might say if you could pot like Trump, you'd go for the green. But he knows that it's O'Sullivan that's following him.
Yeah, and Also, of course, the complication is the red has gone into bulk.
Judd trump, 1.
It's interesting, we've seen O'Sullivan take on a couple of low percentage long pots. Trump, though, not interested there in the green.
Sullivan played the plant there, but it's just a little too hard. Trump to see this red in the bulk area. Easy safety, but he'd like to push this red safe if he could. Well, it's a good safety shot. I think he's got the snooker. And a good escape. And now nothing safe. He could have pushed the red safe the last time round. Looks good. Looks good. Another good shot.
Well, on our stats, Trump is 100% for safeties. 18 is played, 18 successful. O'Sullivan at 60, but look at that, Trump 100% so far on the safety.
Got to get the speed right here. Oh, and he hasn't got the direction.
Miss.
So an easy
Trump
opener for Trump. Much, much too hard.
He's already 51 in front as he comes to the table.
1.
Well, Ronnie O'Sullivan scored 6 points in the opening frame. He's scored 1 in this frame so far. Will he get back to the table? Doesn't look like it.
9.
Needs another red. Hasn't had any chances, really, O'Sullivan. No good chances as yet.
No, he potted that great red, didn't he, earlier in the frame, and then took on the tough blue.
16.
Stayed out. This red should make it 2-0 to Trump.
17.
He's played a good frame, hasn't he? He made that 40 break early on. Played some very good safety and has earned this second chance.
23. 24.
Well, he will get chances, of course, but he needs to start turning it on at some point. It's a long, long way to go yet, but even so, he would like to get some frames on the board early on, settle down. But Trump's safety has been keeping him out, as I say, 100% so far on the safety, Trump.
31.
Yes, and had the blue gone in that Ronnie played that you mentioned, it could have been so different. And it was so close, the blue.
38. 39. 46. 47. 54. 56.
This is one way of playing it.
Judd Trump, 56
So,
and a
56
free.
from Trump. Second significant visit from him. He kept O'Sullivan out in between. Good start for the world champion, the world number 1, Judd Trump, has taken early charge, leading here 2-0.
Thank you. Frame 3, Judd Trump to break.
So Judd Trump in early control. He leads 2-0, and O'Sullivan so far has scored 7 points in this match.
Again, didn't catch it thick enough and pushed the red over the corner. Just not seeing the long balls at the moment. In his long pot success, he's down at 20%. He stuck on 5 long balls, potted 1. But there was movement there, so that mistake from O'Sullivan has afforded him a chance. And he's getting plenty of support, as you'd expect.
One.
Played it with a lot of right-hand side on the cue ball to give himself chance of the red just in the pack there. But always knowing he was going to be on this red if it was too hard.
9.
And could have done with a better angle on the black. Nicely played. Now a chance to open more reds up. It's got
16.
the blue over the corner. Things don't work out.
17.
And that's opened up quite a few reds. Again, played it with a lot of right-hand side on the cue ball to avoid the green. Couldn't have played it any better.
22. 23.
Those reds surrounding the black.
28.
All covering one another, so I'd like to get involved in the black. Make those reds
29.
easier to play on. This red will get him to the black.
34.
As I say, it makes things a little bit easier to get to those 4 reds surrounding the black.
$35.
Yeah, good shot. On that right-hand side to check the cue ball back for the black. Gentle cannon, maybe. Didn't want to push the red safe.
42.
When he plays that red, it
43.
frees the other red into the same pocket. But he could decide to go into them here, gently. No, just decided to pot the black.
50.
Well, that miss from Trump started to look
51.
significant because O'Sullivan had made the error initially to give him the chance.
And that's what'll hurt, David. And that's worked out very nicely. That should win him the frame, that shot.
58.
Yes, because O'Sullivan had no sort of look in the first two. He's relatively cold in this match, but he's been
59.
handed this opening and he's grabbed it with both hands.
Needs another red and a colour.
$66.
So
67.
in just 5 minutes, that's how long this break's been going, he has frame ball. So Ronnie O'Sullivan's come to the party.
72.
Yes, and
73.
what a difference it could make, because, as David said, O'Sullivan made the mistake. Trump will be sat there thinking, could have been 3-0.
Yeah, and also he had the chance to keep him cold, to keep him dwelling on his own errors
80.
and dwelling on the fact he wasn't getting in, but he did get in and he's done what he had to do, which is
81.
make this frame-winning contribution. Well, he's only actually had 2 centuries in the tournament, which for him doesn't seem like many, but
88.
chance to make the first now of the final.
Little switch to left-handed.
89.
Screw into the cushion and off. What a shot.
96. 97.
Well, in his first 2 frames, he scored 7 points, but he stepped in here with a terrific break. First century of the day.
Feeling good all of a sudden.
103. 104. 106. 108.
And the key thing about the break is that he's punished a trump mistake.
111. 115. 120. 126.
Well, what a response. Absolutely brilliant.
Foul, 126.
Yes, 126 from Ronnie O'Sullivan. That is how you respond when you've been kept cold. He stepped in, just one chance he needed in that frame. He's on the scoreboard. Trump then leading the final by 2 frames to 1. The artist Damien Hirst, a good friend of Ronnie O'Sullivan, is in attendance for this final. And we saw a bit of artistry from O'Sullivan there. 126, potted the black ball, went in off, so it was 126 the break to get him on the scoreboard. This is the last frame before the first interval.
And this time, on his break-off, he has left a red sticking out. Which Trump duly pops in.
1.
The cue ball just about held up for the brown or green. His long pot success a little better today, trumps. He's potted 5 out of 6.
Four.
And his pot success is 95%, as opposed to O'Sullivan's 87, although that century in the last frame will have certainly helped that figure.
Yeah, and also, okay, yeah, 95%, but one of the ones he missed, that was his last shot in the last frame.
5.
Yeah, it's the importance of the ones that's missed, isn't it, really? Trump was saying that 95% of this game is played between the ears, and I kind of agree. It really hurts when you're playing a legend like O'Sullivan and you miss a shot that you should
12.
get, and you get punished for it.
$13.
And a chance to forget about that last frame. And all Ronnie O'Sullivan has done at the moment is break off.
He would love to fire back, wouldn't he, with a big break of his own.
20.
Oh, here we go. Edge of
21.
more reds out. And that's another 4 reds to go at.
Yeah, he's made 7 centuries. Of course, 3 of them came in his first 3 frames of the tournament against James Cahill. But last week, of course, he made 3 in the
28.
Champion of Champions final and was still beaten by Neil Robertson, who made 5.
Yeah, and that's
29.
after he potted the winning ball of the tournament to leave Robertson needing snookers. But then missed a relatively easy red to the middle. And he paid the price heavily. But what a testament to come back after
36.
the disappointment of that tournament. Because he'd actually won it. Potted the winning ball.
37.
Robertson needed snookers and got them. So to come from that to this shows strength of character. Now
44.
maybe a chance to open more reds up. Just needs to tickle them. Doesn't need to bash them all over. Just nudge a couple out, move up towards the blue or one of the baulk colours. Something like that.
45.
And he's open enough reds there to win the frame. Now, can he reach the yellow? It makes the difference. Yeah, good shot. And he's bound to be on a red, the way he's played it. The red to the left
47.
of the black, making the black a little difficult, so may have to play up for the blue. And if he gets this right, every chance of winning the frame at this visit. Got to get the right side of the blue, though. And use the
48.
wrong side. So the next red, not going to be as easy as it could have been. So he needs a good pot here, and he's got one to the left corner that he could
53.
play. And good recovery. Only just went in. But that's all it needed to do.
54.
Yeah, it was a great pot this because he was hampered by the green. And as you say, the red struggles home.
But again, the wrong side of the blue. Well, he's still
59.
on the red to the left middle. And if he could drop it in dead weight and be on the black, that's all he'd need to leave O'Sullivan only able to tie.
Big shot this. The clearance is on if he misses. And it would be a big moment already in the match, because this is the frame before the interval, and they both have 15 minutes to think about it.
That's a good recovery.
60.
And he took the risk on playing for the black into this pocket to the left. He'd left the red on had he missed that.
Well, what a great response after one mistake cost him the last frame. O'Sullivan made a century. Well, he still needs a red here.
Yeah, that hasn't gone according to plan.
67.
Tie. Just wondered if he could play the double and hide the cue ball on the black cushion. Something like that. Something like that.
It's in. Brilliant.
Yeah,
Great
well
thinking from Judd Trump. And O'Sullivan needs 3 snookers. Didn't panic there, played shot with safety in mind. And the black is in as well, so it's going to be 3-1, and he's played a good frame. He hasn't been in prime position throughout it, but
75.
he kept on potting. And all Ronnie O'Sullivan did, Joe, was break off.
Yeah, and as you said, what a great response this is. He's still going. What a great final so far.
76.
Absolutely. If this is a sign of things to come, we're in for a real treat. We thought we were anyway. These matches don't always live up to their billing, but so far they're bringing the goods. Only question now to be answered in this frame, can he make his
81.
first century of the day?
82.
That red goes next to the pink, and I think it does. I'm sure he will. It's not just the ability
89.
of these two players, it's the fighting qualities they've got. The C1,
90.
the players playing well, and think, well, I can do that. A bit of this.
$97. $98.
This is snooker's 350th world ranking event, and the final is already a cracker. Ronnie O'Sullivan made a century in the last frame. Judd Trump, from his first chance in the fourth, has
103.
hit back in style.
Wasn't even a chance, really, was it? It was a terrific shot from the break-off, because it was a good
105.
break-off from Ronnie O'Sullivan. He just left a red sticking out. And look at this for a shot. Lots of left-hand side on the cue ball.
I think it just underlines this break, just how good Trump is feeling, how good he's been feeling all year. He's not being
112.
intimidated by anyone. He's become himself, as Ronnie O'Sullivan is, a man for the big occasion. And make no mistake, this is a big
117.
occasion today in Belfast. And it's advantage Trump at the first interval.
Look at that for a shot.
123.
Could just rub it in, but unbelievable.
So a great start to the final, and it's Judd Trump holding the advantage at the first interval, 123, following Ronnie O'Sullivan's 126. First to 9 becomes champion. Judd Trump leads Ronnie O'Sullivan by 3 frames to 1.